line is so important is that it turns the direct linear energy of the attack into a spiral. That's very important for making this go to the floor. So, Roman, can I have you, please, as an example? So you're going to send linear energy as the attack into my center. Okay? So if I just turn my body, if I move off the line, as we heard some people calling us moving off the line, what I used to call moving off the line, this happens. It turns his center, but it keeps the force of his energy linear. He's still got a linear movement, but if I turn my center, his energy turns into a spiral. If I turn my center, his energy turns into a spiral. Okay? If I do Tenkan, his energy turns into a circle. Okay, and that circle is going to head toward the floor because it isn't directly being resisted by my center. This turning right here now creates a spiral of his energy right in here like this. Okay? So we say, well, is there a right way and a wrong way to do this? Well, the right way is always through extension of ki, through this beneficent intention I like. And I do that, the extension of ki in here, in the midst of the turn. This is connecting and turning off the line. Okay? So it doesn't really matter how you do this. This will work under any circumstances. So for instance, he gives me spiral, he gives me a direct line into this. I can turn me here, and that happens. I can turn me here, and that happens. I can turn tension here, and that happens. Stay with me, don't just stay with the attack. And if I turn tension here, that happens. Okay? I can turn Tenkan on this side, and that happens. I can turn Tenkan on this side, and it happens. Okay? So if you learn these three basic ways of turning on the line, you can do them anytime you want under any circumstances. Okay? So, show me right. There's that. Wait a minute, I think I cheated. Anybody catch me cheating?
No.
I felt myself revert back to my old training. So here it comes. Off the line, enter. Okay. Off the line, enter. Off the line, enter. Off the line, enter. Okay? Off the line, enter. Turning off the line, enter. It's okay. Off the line, enter. Okay? So it doesn't matter how you do this, as long as you're connected and turn off the line. Now, probably in that demonstration, because I'm thinking so much about it, I got hit. In the process of disconnecting from him, I'm not really doing what I'm doing, I'm thinking more about my feet. But if you want to investigate this further, think about what you can do. Okay? Feel how this is when you connect and turn off the line. That turned into Tenkan automatically. See, if I just do this part, when I'm connected, it becomes this big silk airbag that when we get there, it's going to come apart. Okay? Even Yokomanuchi. That's okay. Yokomanuchi, extension outward. Nice part. Extension outward to my partner. Okay? So the next part of these things, where we're working with these straight on punches like this, is when we get through here to then have the silk airbag ready for our partner. Okay, we've gone past to the right place, and I want to have my partner fall into this wonderful silk airbag. When we go this way, I want another straight punch this time, please. Straight punch. And this happens. Big silk airbag. Let's see how that goes. That's where the entering comes, when this silk airbag really expands into something for him to safely fall into. Okay, so when you think about connection, turning off, and entering, the connections to establish the ki no nagare, right? The turning off the line, which was included there, is so his energy becomes spiral, and then the entering is taking care of him. So in some kind of language, it would be saying, hi, I'm here for you, and now let me help you. It's, may I help you, and here I am helping. Okay, so it's a greeting and then the help. Okay, it's may I help you, let me help you. Okay, understand? It's the offering of help and the extension of help. All right? So I went for a long time, well, what is the nature of entering? And I said, well, first I connect, I turn off the line, and then I reconnect. And I said, well, wait a minute, how can I reconnect if I stay connected? It didn't make any sense. And then I realized that this is allowing him to express, and this is giving the assistance he's asking for. This is the allowing him to ask, and this is the giving him what he's asking for. And if you noticed in our process, when we did grabs, he's saying something. The first thing I say is, you may ask, and then giving it to him. Right? The first thing we did was, I'm not going to take that request. Or you're requesting something from me, or I don't take requests, or you better ask more politely. To, you can ask, you can receive. Okay, everybody get it? Bob Frazier Sensei, who practiced with O Sensei, said to O Sensei once, what's the nature of, how should we be with a partner? And O Sensei said, like a parent to a child. You take care of them, and you expect them to accept that. So it isn't like I'm making you accept it. We don't make our children do that, but we know that we're giving them the right things that's easy for them to accept. That's my interpretation. Okay? The other thing he said was, how come when we do these things like the rowing exercise, we go, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. But when we do practice, it's all, hey, hey, hey. Right? So we think of this, and we think of this as the yin and yang of letting you say what you need and then giving you what you need. Allowing you to ask and then providing what you ask for. Giving you permission to ask and then giving what you ask for. Okay? So think about that.